So Mark, we are with the LX15, and what can you tell us about it? It's replacing an older camera that you had, right?
Yeah, it is. As you know, with the LX series, it's been going for a while now, and it's always been traditionally renowned for its bright lens, quality body, and the compactness of it. So all those key features has continued throughout the generations of the LX series. This is the LX15, and this will supersede the LX7. Now I've got an LX7 as my kind of my camera I always kind of have with me, and that mainly is for the brightness and the sharpness of the lens. So we've got a Sumilux 1.4 Leica lens on here, so we're carrying that through. It's f2.8, so you're going to get some real creative photography, blurred backgrounds, etc. Its focal length is 24 to 72, which is roughly 3 times zoom, but the overall quality of the camera excels throughout. It has a flip-up touchscreen as well, so I'll just do that very quickly. So if we wanted to do a nice selfie, we could, but surely that camera isn't just for that. The fun element of it carries all the way through. 1-inch sensor with an engine that is really, showing off the sharpness of this camera. So when you mix that together, it's got inbuilt stabilization as well, 5-axis. And it actually has some cracking video features, slow-mo, 100 frames per second. I tested this while I was on holiday recently, seeing my family in Belgium, and I just got some cracking shots from it. So a real good overall all-rounder camera. It has 4K, it has 4K post-focus, and now it also does something called focus stacking. This is something that is also on the FZ 2000 and G80, where you use post-focus. As you know, it focuses up to 49 different areas. You can focus after the shot's been taken. What this does, you can merge all those focal points together, and it'll give you a sharp picture. Some cameras do that already, so this is using 4K technology and focus stacking. So it's a really, really fantastic little camera. So it has its own post-focus button, which we'll select. Okay, and you can see it's in 4K. You can actually pick up all the details. So actually on this lens, there's some very fine hairs on there. So I'm going to choose post-focus and watch what happens. So I'll touch the shutter. What it's doing, it's focusing up to 49 different points, and immediately I can focus any of those points after the shot's been taken. So it's just loading up. And now, that's the first shot I took, so it's focused right on the center of the camera. But if I want to focus on what's in the background, there you can see now that any part of that image I can focus on, which is incredible. If I'm happy with that shot, I press menu and I save that picture. So that's now saved an 8.3 million pixel JPEG. Now, the new feature is this. If I auto merge together, it stitches all those pictures together to make one picture. Your main focal areas will be in focus, but yeah, because there's quite a lot of detail here, it's taken a little bit longer. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not as blurred out the back, and then I save that. That will save that as a picture. Now the other thing is, if I come out of this, you can edit away this. If I go back to post focus. So instead of auto merging, I can now do it in sections. So if I want this area to be in focus, and maybe this little area, or take these out, say that's the area I want in focus, I do the same thing again. And then I save. And then I save it. And then it will keep those parts in focus. So you should find now that the area here and the area here will be focused, and this part should be blurred. So you can fine-tune in different points. So really good for macro photography, or if you're doing portraits and you've got some slight movement in your in your hand, then you can eradicate that potential blur. Yeah, so it's in focus, and this is more blurred, you see. So this part here was where I selected. It would be blurred here, focused here, and then you can take out what you don't need. Now, that's quite a key feature, and that's new, and that's also available in the G80 and the FZ2000. Okay, so 4K photography, shooting video, high frame rates, 30 frames a second, being able to lift stills from that. So I've just selected 4K, and I just took a very quick footage, and at the booth where the guys are talking to consumers about the new products. Along the top here is the video duration. I think here is about 5 seconds, and of course here are the individual pictures, okay, that I've taken. If I move this over to here, there's a lady that actually moves her head. Just move that again. There we go. So you can see this lens in even this poor light here is really sharp. So let's say that's the photograph I want. I save it, yes, and then I can edit that as normal. Now the new feature is 4K bulk saving. So if I go into the menu system now, there we go, and I go to 4K photo bulk saving, that's a 5-second video. Each frame shot at 30 seconds, 30 frames a second, so 150 frames. Now those frames I might actually want, every single one of them. So I would have to take that out into editing and extract. Bulk saving now, once you select the footage, will actually save that as 150 different frames. So it'll actually save every single frame for you and save it. But it'll only do up to 5 seconds of footage. So if I press set, as it says there, you choose the starting position. There we go. And I move that across to where I want it to stop. Press the menu button. Do you want to start 4K bulk saving? And that will now save all those images as individual JPEGs. So you'll have the saving of doing this externally. But as you know, if you did this over quite a long period, you need quite a large SD card and a lot of time. This is also on the G80 and the FZ2000. Okay. So the LX15, the FZ2000 and the G80 all have something called 4K live cropping. So this is effectively downsampling your image but retaining the detail to full HD. And that's one of the benefits of 4K recording. This is normally done outside the camera. So we've got the G80 in front of us. We select 4K live cropping, and it's limited to 20 or 40 seconds. Now, as you can see, a yellow box has appeared on the screen. Now I can move that box because that box is now my full HD picture when I press the shutter. Okay, so let's say that's where I want it. When I focus, watch the focal point appear in the green box. It's now focusing in that area. I record, and there we go. So I can record up to 29 minutes, 59 seconds. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop the shutter. What that's done, it's using 4K video, but then downsampling in the camera, and that file will be a full HD video. I'll just play that back. There we go, full HD, 25p. But I've still got the detail, and you can still see the dust and the hair that's been picked up on the camera. So now I can transfer that to my smartphone, because when I'm trying to record 4K, one of the challenges I have is my smartphone isn't, has the capability of playback and storage. It's got nothing to do with the quality of both products. So now if I want to capture something and I can put full HD onto my device, I can do this with the retaining the detail. And that's something I've started to use more when I'm using the G80. So.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.